Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where today I am going to go about the various members of my traveling group to see if they need any pillows. Hello there, Coltec. Would you like a pillow?
A feather pillow? Ha! I do not look for comfort when I rest during the evening hours.
Perhaps some others among the Temamnir would accept such a gift, but I do not look for such comforts. I sleep with an eye open when at home in the shoreward stone. I cannot imagine sleeping in an unfamiliar land with more than that eye closed. Pine Leaf, keep your pillows. All right, so he is certainly not one for resting, that's for sure. Interesting. So, how about. Well, look, if there's anyone here that I can imagine would not be using a pillow, it would be Rothog. But we'll check anyway.
Feather pillows? Huh.
Rothog takes a pillow from you and tests it with one hand. The burlap material tears and a few brown feathers fall from the rip. The half troll stuffs the pillow feathers back inside and hands it back to you. I do not think I have much use for such a thing as this pine leaf. You can keep it. I will follow the example of my friend Hushark, who sleeps anywhere he wishes and requires nothing. I take it you don't need a. You've got a mane. You don't need a pillow. Right. Okay. Now, let's see what we have after that. Do we have anyone else here who needs anything? Now, is any member of the Kindred of the Coins going to accept a pillow? Yeah, I was pretty sure Rothog wouldn't be needing one. Could you imagine him trying to use one? Well, we just saw what happened when he tried feeling it. It sort of started a tear. I hope they have someone who can mend it afterwards. Ah, Belandor. Hello there, sir. Would you like a pillow?
My manor house in Umbar, Baharbale, has dozens of pillows, artfully arranged by Meshka throughout every room. But they are far away.
I thought that Meshka would wind up returning to this conversation somehow. This pillow will transport me back home while I sleep, and no doubt give me a pleasant dream of my home and my hearth. I will see Meshka when I close my eyes. You may need to shake me awake in the morning with some forest pine leaf. I may not want to leave her embrace, awakening on her hard ground of Iridir. This is not to speak poorly of the hospitality of the people here, you understand, but none can compete with even the most fleeting dream of my wife. Oh, boy. After all these years, he's still in love with her. Now, let's see what we got here. Ah! Siglitz and Corridon. Hello.
A feather pillow? That is very kind of our hosts.
Thank you very much for this pillow. I have not had such an occasion to rest comfortably in recent weeks. How odd to speak so, my friend. I have not forgotten how I rued the time of my recovery in Leafshade's Grove when I awoke from my wounded stupor is Nestenanorme. Then I had nothing but time to rest, and the inactivity cut deeply. Now there is little time to rest, but the pillow will help me to make the most of it. All right? Good. And Sigalith?
It has been years since I slept among pillows.
I do not think that I would find this pillow as comfortable as I once did. You may keep them. Perhaps my brother will accept an extra? Well, that takes care of that. So all I need to do now is to report back and get some rest. Oh. I think I'm supposed to report to somebody first. So let me see about that before I have my rest. I don't want to have thoughts about unfinished stuff going on. Hello there.
What say you, traveler?
Girhazi sent you? It's strange to have an offer of help from an outsider, but I will trust Girhazi's judgment. She sizes you up momentarily as if deciding how much to tell you. We are charged with protecting Iridir from a river approach. For 1,000 years there was a grand bridge here called Zibala, also known as the Flood Span. I presume you're talking about that bridge that has a big hole in the middle of it. It was a part of the Road of Riches and connected Iridir to the fishing village of Eshador on the other side of the Ikorbad. You mean that village that's currently filled with the Ordakai? Yes. The bridge was collapsed 100 years ago by our people when the Empire of Ordak decided that our lands should be theirs. Destroying the bridge slowed their advance, but unfortunately failed to keep them out. Currently, Ordakai forces occupy Eshadur, and it is our duty to make sure that they stay there and do not rebuild the bridge. So someday, of course, I presume that you hope to get rid of the Ordakai so that the bridge could be rebuilt on this end on your own terms, but this is not the day.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
It takes many arrows to remind the Ordakai that they do not want to come to the Iridir. I have ordered additional arrows from Tinsha, the Fletcher, but have not been able to spare any to get them. Would you mind? Tinsha is to the east end of the Crafter's Wharf. Okay, so let's talk to Tinsha. Let's see. That will be... I don't know the name of all the wharfs, I have to admit. Which is... Well, this looks like a Crafter's Wharf, since this is where you have the... I never thought, of course, this is where all the crafting nodes are. Yeah, makes sense now.
Today is a good day.
I'm glad you think so. You say that you're here to retrieve arrows from Dumari? I will give them to you if you do me a favor. I am running low on arrowheads. I do not make them myself. They come from Gurtum, the arrowsmith, who casts them in iron and sharpens them. Go to Gurtum and bring me a crate of arrowheads, and I will give you the arrows. Okay. Okay, so her specialty is the woods and the feathers. The arrowheads are by a smith. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Let's see, is this the... Oh. You're kidding me. Practically on top of him to talk to him, and no, that doesn't get you credit.
Is there something you need?
I come to pick up for Tinsha, have you? Oh, there's a crate ready just there. Help yourself. Oh, so this is the right crate. Alright, now, where is she again? Oh. There you go.
It is a new day.
Ah, there are my arrowheads. Thank you for getting them for me. You may take that tub of arrows down to the Dumuri. Okay, so bring the arrows to Dalagine. Okay. And now, where is Dalagine the... Which way? I think I need to go this way. I guess we will know in a moment. Uh-huh. Obviously, I have no idea which one is Dollagine. Is that the person I was talking to originally? And that... Alright, probably the original quest giver. Somehow I was thinking that maybe it was to go to somebody else. That's the problem, is when they don't have the quest rings pop up until later.
Is there something you need?
There you are. I was beginning to think you got lost. Well, I did. And thank you for bringing me the arrows. We will put them to good use. Right, thank you.
Is there something you need?
Yes, I have heard that you're a warrior, capable of more than just running errands. Would you be interested in something more dangerous? Someone with a spyglass, was watching the birds along the river and spotted beasts being prepared on the docks of Eshador. I do not have enough mind to send a force over at the moment, but I believe that a warrior of your skill would be able to do enough damage to ruin whatever it is that they are planning. If you're thinking you're up to it, go to Eshador and destroy the boats. While you're there, you might as well thin their numbers and scout around the village to learn what you can of their activities. Okay, so I need to scout around and burn their boats. Wonderful. Here we are back at Ashador. Let's see if I can find those boats. Probably, well, obviously somewhere in the water, or unless they're dry docked for some reason. But the fact that someone was worried about the boats probably tells me that there you go. That they're in the water. That's when you really get worried about boats. Unless you're seeing a navy yard and they're building huge numbers of them or something. Ouch! There we go. Ow, 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 oh, hey. Let's get out the caltrops. Rule 1, stay out of the caltrops. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm supposed to defeat Ordekai in Eshador. Okay, well, I guess I could do that. And I also need to destroy boats, alright? And scout the various storehouses. I guess I'm going to have to do that. So do lots of scouting. Now. Oh. Okay. No one that was trying to kill me. Ouch! There you go. Okay, this is you. Oops. Okay, yeah, okay. I found wagons full of explosives. And stop it! Okay, now let's see. We need to find 2 storehouses, a western and an eastern storehouse, and get by this very annoying champion here. I presume that round building up ahead is a storehouse. Not too sure I really want to fight 3 Ordekai. And 2 battle cats at the same time. Are you telling me that cat didn't notice me before I did that? I find that hard to believe. Well, alright. Well, I think I'm not gonna... Oh. I finished the first level of that deed. Alright. Good. That means I've been killing a large number of Ordekai. How am I doing on the cat deed? I won't... Oh. For some reason, pet cats don't count for the deed. Rude. Now, let's see if this is actually the storehouse that I need. Well, this place is riddled with Ordekai, that's for sure. Well, getting the requisite number of Ordekai is definitely not the difficult part of this thing. So, we'll take care of you. Okay. Well, that takes care of the slave part of the quest. Now, is this the storehouse? It's not. Well, so much for that hypothesis. Oh, the eastern point is not a storehouse, but an officer's tent. And this looks like an officer's tent. The Ordekai are not lacking for leadership. Wonderful. So now, let's try the other side where I expect to find more Ordekai, apparently. Hello! Well, back to business. And I need to go over into the western side in order to find the storehouse. Okay. Your turn. And now your turn. Let's see. We need to go this way? Aha. Must be that thing. Not the closest building, but the building after it. That looks like the storehouse up there. Can I go under it? The Ordekai are well supplied. Yeah, I can go under it. Good. Now, to find those boats, which are obviously going to be on the shore. And at least I know I'm on the water line. Oh, look! A boat! Well... They obviously haven't set it complete down in the water yet, but... all the better to make it easier to destroy. Ooh. I suppose the river's close enough to the bay to be affected by the tide. Well... just makes it easier for me. Next. Hey, I might even be able to get onto the dock this time. Whoops. Hello, fancy a swim? Hey, don't do that. I might drown. There you go. Now, take care of you. And you. Now, can I get up? No, I can't. Oh, well. One could hope, right? Ah, there is the final boat right over there. And then I could return to Iridir. And maybe get some sleep. Aha, he left just in time. Well, there you go. Back to Iridir. I managed to take care of their boats.
This valley belongs to the Shagani and no one else.
Excellent work, my friend. I could hear the explosions and the shouts from here. We are cheering on you. And while I was scouting the area, I discovered that there were loaded wagons of black powder. Ooh, I'm glad that you saw this, but it's not good news. Please return to Gehazi and tell her of this. She will want to hear this from the one who witnessed it. All right, I will do that. Right now, I need a little bit of rest. And I'll tell her in the morning. Ah, here's my sleeping mat. You set down the excess pillows and prepare your sleeping mat for the night, making it as comfortable as you can. Use all the extra pillows for myself. Rest the night on your sleeping mat in the lodge within Iridir. All right?
Rest well. If you should dream, rue it not. The dreamless sleep holds no wisdom.
Hello, Gordon. Pine Leaf, have you seen Siglet? I've been calling for her ever since she came down this way, but she hasn't responded. She will not turn back from this course? Of course not. Siglet, come back! Siglet! An unnatural flames bars away. What do we do now? Oh. It was too much to hope for sunlight, I suppose? Oh, cruel dancer. Balakor, the scourge, glares at you from across the chamber. Balakor appears as you remembered him. Months ago, before the end of the War of the Ring, the leader of the heirs of Castamere stood on the deck of the Night Jewel, defying Aragorn and the army of the dead in what proved to be his final moments. Listen to familiar voices conjured by your dreaming mind. You give one name, but I know you by another. Bane of Umbar! Oh. Forgive me not for the distrust. It is hard, heavy work, and there are fewer now than there used to be. Azag has dismissed some of our followers before now. No one seems to know where Saduk has gone. It may be a spirited Balakad out of the city, and now seeks to rejoin his master. I am defeated, my son, but you must carry on the legacy. Grow strong, Balakad. Bring death to each of our enemies. Oh, good grief. Oh, this is weird. Where my Siglet has gone, Pineleaf? She spoke of wishing to meet the Kinta elves. Do you think that she has gone to see Shanthar, the elf warden of Arwath? This isn't much better. The Grim Southron. Well, I think he should be gone by now, shouldn't he? Somehow, your unconscious mind knows that this wraith of the Nazgul known as the Annals as the Gondor as the Grim Southron. But he and the others of his kind perished with Sauron. Is this a vision of the distant past, when the Nazgul still lived? Well, the Nazgul still lived, even in the near past in some ways. Listen to unfamiliar voices conjured by your dreaming mind. My lord, if you would give only tell us of what the master seeks. A secret power, hidden even from him. Hidden from the master? How can such things be? Silence! Continue the search. It must be a deadly power indeed if the master seeks it. What power could be beyond his own? Keep your eyes open. Could be that we might find it ourselves. Ha! And you have always been full, Nufgog. A scorpion? Unusual scorpion. You suffer a feeling of unreality as Corridan's voice emerges from the body of the scorpion. She cautioned us that the creature possesses great reserves of patience, he says. They might lie in wait for hours, hidden from the careless observation, and strike without any warning. Wonderful. Back in the Morgul Vale. This is getting weirder. Even seeing through the haze of unreality conjured by your dreaming mind, you can see lines of care and worry on the wizard's face. Some great effort has left its mark upon him, and his exhaustion is apparent in every movement. Has it gone? No, Tarandir, the spirit remains. It can never leave its prison. But I believe that the contest is finished. Each of us has exhausted our will. I should not have fled, Mithrandir. I am shamed with cowardice. Be not shamed, Tarandir, for Megarland is both ancient and powerful. Only I or one of my order might stand up against and speak with him, and then only briefly. Did you learn aught from the terrible spirit? For many days Megalam whispered to me from the stone, and I came to understand he was a prisoner. I know not the precise reason for which Sauron imprisoned him, though I might have guessed. The chains that bind him lie within the statue remain unbroken. The Dark Lord must have drawn upon some other source of fashion those bonds. They survived his own defeat, to the sorrow of Megarlam. My struggles with the captive spirit has revealed this much, Tarandir. He possesses knowledge of some secret that even Sauron knew not. He taunted the Dark Lord with this secret, claiming that this power was beyond Sauron, impossible for even that terrible sorcerer to harness. This power is beyond all living memory, he said to Sauron, and great was the Dark Lord's anger. As I strove against Megalam, he repeated those three words over and over again. Beyond living memory, he cried. Beyond living memory. I believe Megron thought to ensnare me with the promise of knowledge, attempting to steal my powers and use them to break from the prison. I proved more capable than he expected, Tarandir, and he has relented on the effort. But I dare not speak to him again, lest he overcome my defenses. But his words trouble me, my ranger friend. A power beyond Sauron. A power beyond living memory. What could possibly be beyond living memory? Perhaps we'll find that out as we continue along in the Song of Waves and Wind.